Schools are meant to be a safe space for children, but what happens when the school security is disturbed by a few rebellious students? Let's take a look. First off, we have a case that was handled by a campus police officer at the New Mexico State University. On November 19, 2016, police officer Jared Colliver and his partner received a disturbing report of a guy carrying a firearm inside the campus residence. He was later identified as a 28-year-old named Karsten Kutter. The armed individual was last reported to be in the H building of the Shamisa-Saku Village Apartments. So the two officers headed out to the location around 11:30 p.m. on Monday night to respond to the report.
You come out, you will be shot. Stay in your room. Stay.
The footage is from Officer Colliver's body cam. He's navigating through the H building and heading to where the screams of Kutter are coming from. He can be heard repeatedly threatening someone to stay in the room unless they want to get shot.
If you want to catch a bullet, step out.
Drop the gun now! Drop the...
Oh, no! Shots fired! Shots fired! Ah!
That hit you? Turn around. Put your hands on your back. Roll over. Put your hands behind your back.
As soon as the officer approaches the third floor with his gun in his hands, the screams can be heard even more clearly, indicating Kutter is near and still hasn't managed to harm anyone. When the officer turns the corner, Kutter can be seen sitting down on the floor with a gun pointed out to the hallway. Colliver commanded Kutter to drop the weapon. About 2 seconds later, as soon as Kutter turned with the gun in hand, Colliver fired 2 shots, managing to hit Kutter once in the thigh.
Put your hands behind your back now.
After which, it was pretty much the standard procedure. The officer asked Kutter to turn around and put his hands behind his back, to which he responded with cooperation and was promptly placed in handcuffs.
Did I hit you?
Yes, sir.
Where at? Roll over.
Thigh.
Left thigh? There's a gun. I got it right here. Do you have any other weapons on you?
No, sir.
What are you doing, man?
The officer inquired if he had struck Kutter, surprised that his aim had been accurate enough to hit the armed individual in the midst of the commotion.
Pointed at me.
After a couple of routine questions, the officer's partner entered the scene and searched Kutter. However, he can be seen struggling to move onto his side due to the gunshot wound in his thigh. The partner discovered a bottle of alcohol in his pocket, suggesting that Karsten may have been under the influence of alcohol before deciding to brandish the gun and cause a disturbance. The shots fired had caught the attention of 2 fishermen at the nearby alumni pond. Thankfully, they had a medical kit and were able to provide assistance before medical professionals arrived. Karsten was immediately taken to the University Medical Center in El Paso. The next morning, he was reported in stable condition. Within a few days, he was released as well and was tested to be out of danger. But he was yet to deal with the consequences. The court charged him with aggravated assault on a peace officer with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, unlawful carrying of a deadly weapon on university premises, and negligent use of a firearm. That's not all. He was booked for a $150,000 fine for his misdemeanor. That was a grown-up student, but the one in the next case is most definitely not. On August 18, 2023, there was a big football game between 2 teams that would take place at First Coast High School, located in Jacksonville, Florida. The school cops got word that there might be violent fights during the game, so the county police sent in a special team to keep everyone safe and stop any trouble before it started. 3 officers, Eleftheriadis, Zins, and Loa, were part of that team, and they were wearing body cams. The three officers conducted a traffic stop near the school parking lot entrance. The stop led to the arrests of several individuals on firearms charges. At 8:56 p.m., while the two officers were still dealing with the traffic stop, a large fight erupted in the parking lot. About 30 to 40 people were involved. The officers quickly moved towards the fight. All the officers rushed to intervene and restore order, but their efforts were disrupted when 15-year-old Devin Thompson opened fire on the rival group.
Oh! Hey, white shirt! Oh! What a gun! What a shot! No, hold on.
This caused utter chaos in the whole parking lot as the crowd can be seen scrambling all around. A foot chase began after Thompson, who had fled the scene, with all the officers in pursuit. Officer Lou's body cam captured police officers shouting for someone wearing a white t-shirt to stop. That was what Thompson was wearing that day.
Hey, shoot! Shot fire! Hey! Holy shit!
Still up! Rock the gun! Fucking gun!
Hold on! Hey, he's running to the dale! He's running!
Additional shots can be heard on the scene through the recording, and Officer Zins reports those shots to the headquarters as well. All the officers could be heard repeatedly urging Thompson to drop the weapon and stop running. However, the 15-year-old had his own plans for escape and continued running without complying with the police orders. Despite Officer Zins falling, he quickly got back up to see Thompson heading towards Daly's. He promptly reported the location to his partners.
Get on the fucking ground now! I'll fucking kill you! Don't you fucking move!
Got him?
Grab him.
Got him?
Yeah. Somebody handcuff him. Neither do I. Mine's on the other guy.
When Officer Zins catches up to the shooter, he commands Thompson to drop his weapons. Thompson complies by lowering himself to the ground. The officer then pins him down to arrest him. Shortly after, two other officers arrive and put handcuffs on Thompson to complete the arrest. Thompson likely obeyed the orders only because he had been shot and injured.
Hold on. Hand me my hand. And right here. Where? On your hip? Yeah. Where? Hey, is that...
Officer Zins also notices that Thompson is bleeding from his head and asks if he has been shot. Thompson confirms, mentioning that he was shot in the hip and his head was bleeding. The police officers conduct a search and find a 9mm gun tucked inside his pants. Later, it was reported that 2 casings were found in the parking lot, which Thompson had thrown out from his gun. Additionally, it was discovered that the weapon he was carrying had been stolen from an auto theft.
HQ 1601. Suspect in custody. 18 by police. Police are 77. Start rescue. He's got 1 gunshot to his hip. I shot Sarge. I think me and Tasso.
As it turns out, it wasn't Officer Zins whose shot had hit Thompson. Instead, it was the other 2 officers, Eleftheriadis and Lou, who had fired the shots, as can be heard later in Officer Lou's body cam footage, where he confirms with headquarters that he and Eleftheriadis had fired shots at the boy. A medical team of professionals was called to the scene immediately and was taken to an area hospital later. There, he was treated for the graze on his head and a shot to his right hip. The next day, he was released only to be charged with multiple police charges: discharge of a weapon on school property, possession of a firearm on school property, and carrying a concealed firearm. Although Thompson may have fled in fear after firing the shots, he ultimately cooperated. However, this young female accused of drinking in school did not. On March 7, 2023, a police officer received a complaint from Sierra Middle School regarding a misbehaving minor who was under the influence of alcohol. The minor in question was only 13 years old and was caught by school staff before being taken to the principal's office.
She found it right here and she won't give it to me. But it's right there.
Yeah,
She just dropped it right there in her pouch.
may I give it?
It's not in here.
We just no, it's right there.
It's not right here. Unless you guys want to see my fucking.
When the officer arrives at the scene, he sees the staff talking it out with the minor in question about a hidden bottle of alcohol, who is arguing and denying that there is no such bottle and she is not hiding it under her clothes. The officer then asks the minor to be taken to a nurse for the intoxication test.
Be certified with alcohol, okay?
When?
I don't know, man. The nurse did the test, okay? So,
The test came back like I had it?
yes. So you do have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be held against you in a court of law. Do you understand what I just said? You know that test she gave you? I'm gonna use that to charge you, okay?
Oh, why?
Because you're under the influence.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Somebody. Security guards.
And I have witnesses.
so you're already gonna be charged, so can I have it or not?
And you told us where it's at. We know that it's in your pants.
No, it's not.
I just saw it. We saw it. Miss Dawn and I saw it.
I saw the bottle.
What do you see?
It's there.
We saw it. I don't understand.
So,
After the test, the 13-year-old was seated, still heavily denying that she was intoxicated. The officer, in response, just calmly informed her that the school nurse had confirmed her intoxication. She seemed unsure about the test's meaning, asking if it meant she had alcohol. However, the officer then explained he would read her rights and charge her for using alcohol. He offered her a choice: hand over the hidden bottle or face charges regardless. Despite staff claiming they saw it, she continued to deny it.
Can you?
No.
Okay. Nothing. This stupid ass hoes are trying to take my bullshit.
hey, knock it out with the language behind.
You!
Okay. If you know what, I can put you in cuffs and beat you and put you under arrest.
I don't. Okay, well, hush it up.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
you too. Oh, hell no.
You're under arrest.
No. Move, punk. Oh, that shit hurts, punk. Move.
Let's get up.
Oh, motherfucker, you tied that too tight. Oh, my fucking God.
Going to my unit.
Okay, now let go of me. Let go of me.
All right.
Yeah, we have rights. Let go of me.
Stand up.
No, you hurt my other arm. Let me smell.
Stand up.
Oh, no, I'm so red.
Stand up. Okay.
Yeah, mga ano yung shit.
But things only escalated from there. Despite her continuous denial, she became defensive and verbally aggressive towards the school staff and the police officer. She can be heard consistently cursing, being verbally abusive, and displaying signs of misdemeanor. Despite the officer's repeated warnings about the need to detain her, the minor remained defiant, showing extremely aggressive behavior. After several unsuccessful attempts to persuade the suspect, the officer pinned her down and placed handcuffs on her to effect an arrest. Even then, she continued to resist, calling out insults to the officer in an attempt to resist arrest.
Yeah.
Oh, my purple. Oh.
Now you're under my care, okay?
Oh, I'm loosening.
I did, look.
Oh, that shit hurts, man.
It's loose.
Next time don't be doing that shit. That's what needs to be loose to punk. Oh, quit tweaking up. Yeah, quit squeezing up. You're making my blood pressure.
Don't go at me.
Stop resisting. Oh, stop freaking out like moving. Stop resisting. Quit holding up. Oh my God. Quit squeezing up. Quit squeezing up. I'm not keeping you punk. Okay, I'm gonna keep you for shit. Let me go out your ugly ass face in the morning. Move.
You kicked me.
No, you didn't do shit. Move, punk. Oh,
I don't know where it is. What is whatever we're looking for?
I don't know, bitch. You tell me.
Pass it on.
You're talking to me, though. Oh, get the f*** out of here, arm hole. Oh, the other eye. Move. Oh, move.
Delia, please stop.
Oh, okay, the f*** out of me. Get the
Even after being detained, she continued to curse and complain about the tightness of the handcuffs. The officer cooperatively complied with her request and proceeded to loosen the handcuffs. However, this did not stop her from still being verbally abusive to everyone in the room. She remained adamant that she did not have the bottle the school staff accused her of carrying.
Looking for my daughter and nobody nothing!
Come listen. She's detained.
Detain wiser!
She's went and attacked the principal when I went to
She
detain
went to
her.
attack the principal, but why are you guys arresting her for? closet
been drinking
burning.
alcohol.
Where did she get that from?
I don't know. Ask her. But she's detained
So all you
right
guys have her back there, nobody's
Calm
telling me
down.
nothing. I'm gonna sue all you
now.
guys.
You can sue, but she's detained. Okay, you can pick her up
You
in a
detained
little while.
where?
She's detained. I detained her.
Where? Where's my daughter? Why did you
She's
detain her? Did you put your dirty ass
Stop.
on my daughter? Because I know that you grabbed her like that.
She's gonna be charged.
Charged for what?
She's gonna be charged with
Why
battery
you
on.
guys threw her to the room and she was right here in the area calling me?
She's gonna be charged with battery on the school personnel and minor possession of alcohol.
But
That's
where's
what
my daughter at?
She's detained.
You could give her a ticket.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna find
Okay,
out.
but where's my daughter
I
right
got
now?
it.
I'm gonna see my daughter.
I got a
Because you
call.
guys all took her back there. You guys were all jumping her and telling her things.
No.
That's illegal. You know it,
Let's
officer.
record it. You can
I'm
do whatever you
recording. I'm
want.
recording it right now
Okay.
too.
Okay.
That's really illegal
Yeah.
what you guys did to my daughter today. All you guys
You're-
took her back there, y'all. Basically physically attacked her. Where's my daughter? I need her now. I need her now. I need to see my daughter. My daughter's a minor.
You can wait outside.
Yeah, my daughter's a minor. I need my daughter. I'm gonna call the cops.
He's coming. My supervisor's coming.
Soon, her mother arrived at the scene. Earlier, the 13-year-old had repeatedly asked about her cell phone, which was taken from her after she was detained. She had called her mother to pick her up from the school. When her mother arrived and was asked to wait outside while her daughter was in the principal's office, she began displaying behavior similar to her daughter's. She started shouting hysterically at the staff, accusing them of separating her from her daughter, being aggressive towards her, and claiming that the school was holding her daughter illegally. The officer still calmly explained the situation regarding her daughter's possession of alcohol, which she denied almost instantly. He assured her that they would reunite her with her daughter soon, yet she continued shouting and threatened to call the officer's supervisor.
Okay, don't touch me. I don't need you touching me, alright? I'm already having your position.
Turn around.
Here, look, it's right here. So much right here. Hey, quit fucking holding my arms. Quit holding my arms. I don't know. I don't need no. You don't know what this shit.
Knowing you.
No, I'm not gonna hit him, you stupid. You think I'm retarded or what? Finally, you guys are retarded.
The officer returns and uncuffs the girl due to her constant complaining. However, her behavior remains as rude as it was in the beginning.
Mom never came back here. Okay. Mom hasn't been back here.
Mom's outside. Mom's outside. Yeah, so she's being charged.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's being charged for veteran school personnel and.
Okay. So you guys are.
Yeah, so we got that. Yeah.
Cool.
She went like this and she yanked it out of her hands. And then the principal stepped back and says, I'm not gonna fight you.
So he hit her
He
hands.
goes, that's right. He goes, it's my phone. You don't take my phone. And then she started squaring up on her, and that's when I went. I said, nah.
Wasn't very articulate the reason why, you know what I mean? Because we felt the need for the secretary issues. That she was going to strike her again or lunge at her or cause immediate battery to the principal again, so we had to restrain her.
Just stop resisting. You'll be fine.
Ahorita I'll get to your mom. If they tell me to release you, I will do the class 3 citation and I'll release you to your mom.
Class citation, that's retarded.
So just chill out. We're almost
Fuck, you
done.
guys are retarded.
I'm waiting on a phone call.
A few minutes later, the supervisor arrives at the scene and attempts to understand the situation in the room. The officer explains everything that has transpired, including the girl's continuous misdemeanor. The supervisor then enters the principal's office and requests the girl to relax while the female staff searches for the bottle. However, she refuses to cooperate. Instead, she shows intentions to harm people within the room. Due to this behavior, the officers are compelled to handcuff her again to guarantee the safety of the staff. After she is detained again, the officers give her the choice to be released and avoid charges if she displays good behavior. However, she once again rejects the offer, mocks it, and even verbally abuses the officer. The officers are left with no option but to keep her detained.
Quick.
They did it worse than that earlier.
What do you mean they just?
They tightened it real tight. They want to tighten it.
Let me see the other one real quick.
Thank you,
This
sir.
one's good.
Put that one down. Okay. Where else did you say the?
Just their arms, back of your arms.
Let me see.
And their shoulders.
Hold on, watch her.
And then he threw me on the knee. Oh, he threw me on the ground.
Right, but why? Why did you do that one?
Huh?
Threw you on the ground
Yeah.
because.
I don't know, he's like, stand up, and he's like, you know what, you're under a f***ing arrest, and he threw me on the thing.
Okay. Were you being cooperative?
No, Joto.
You went crop.
Hey, can you put that down?
Which one?
Both the mother and daughter were adamant that the 13-year-old had been physically mistreated and mishandled by the officers. Another footage shows the supervisor taking pictures of her, where she claimed she had been injured. The pictures were taken in order to document whether or not any abuse had taken place. The supervisor asked Dalia why things had escalated that way and whether she had cooperated. She admits that she had not cooperated, and the supervisor explains that this is why she was detained forcefully.
Went for the alcohol bottle again on the table.
She doesn't drink.
I don't know what, but she had it on her.
She doesn't drink.
I know, you can tell me. I don't know if she got it from another student. The fact that she had it. You know what I mean? So even right now, she slipped out of the car. Your definition of the safety is not the same as ours. So we unhandcuff her and she lunges and hits the principal or stabs
Keep her handcuffed out of the building.
Once we release her to you, she's unhandcuffed and you take her. Okay. But as long as she's in our custody, she's.
Can I go back to them while you're doing
Not yet. There's not enough room. There's so many people in there.
Why is everybody in there though?
Because she's acting out the way she is.
I know, like, you just have to be in there, officer. Come on,
Excuse me?
that's not fair. Everybody does not have to be there. If you got
have
give
two-
her a citation.
We have 2 security guards in there, 2 female security guards.
Okay.
We have the principal, and assistant principal, and the officer.
Okay.
That's how many people are in there.
And what about it? Hey, where the fuck's my phone for real? Hey, get my phone!
Your mom's not in the building.
No, that ugly bitch is John. I don't know fuck about. Hey, when are you gonna get my phone?
I'm gonna give it to your mom when we release you to her.
Well, why don't you just give it to her right now, or when you see her, or whatever the
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have already did that. Like, what the are you doing holding on to my phone? They're retarded. Nah, they're still gossiping?
There's other stuff going on besides you.
Oh, really? You think I give a
I'm not talking about.
Okay, shut up.
Who?
You! No one gives a fuck about you.
Stop
You need to
listening
shut
to
up.
the
man.
outside hallway.
No one gives a this another.
Okay.
I have ears, okay? You guys have ears? I'll go.
You're right. It's not that important.
Okay.
If you don't care, then don't ask the question.
Shut up, okay? My eyebrows. Why don't you guys take a long ass?
The supervisor also briefed the mother on the situation, but she couldn't believe her daughter would act that way. She insisted on being in the room, but the supervisor explained the release protocol. She'd have to wait for a few minutes. He assured her of the minor's safety, noting that the female staff was present and not touching her. However, the minor was the one accusing and cursing everyone in the room.
This is what she had.
This is what she has.
After following the necessary protocols, the officers hand the minor back to her mother. They show her the bottle that the minor was hiding, but both the mother and daughter immediately flee the scene.
This officer Prado, he threw my daughter on the ground, and my daughter's a minor.
Okay.
I think that's a boundary to me.
That's not all. The police department soon received a call from the mother, attempting to file a complaint against the officer for his forceful behavior against her daughter. The PD had to politely explain to her that the police only use force when justified by the actions of the accused. As for the offenses, the minor was charged with resisting arrest, minor in possession of alcohol, and assaulting school personnel, which is a felony. Dealing with a drunk adult is like dealing with a child, but dealing with a drunk child is just something next level. Anyhow, moving on. On July 25th, 2023, a 16-year-old female had been suspended by the school. Soon after the suspension, she was instructed to leave the school premises. However, she refused to do so, and the school had to call an officer to handle the situation.
She's suspended.
Okay, where are you trying to get her to?
I want her in Lipa's office. At this point now, she needs to go to the front office.
Alright. Alright, this is what I'm gonna tell you, okay?
You probably need to get the phone over to Corporal so he can talk to Mom. Or I can talk to Mom.
Either we go to the front office or they've already said, alright, they've already said you're suspended, so if you go in that building, I'm gonna put you in cuffs.
on me right now. Back the up!
Alright, no.
Off me, bro! Get off me!
Stop.
Get the
As soon as the officer arrives at the scene, one of the members of the school staff can be seen accompanying the female inside the school. The officer is informed of how, despite being suspended, the female had been wandering on the school premises after being asked to leave several times. She's also on call with her mother. However, she should be in the office, waiting for her mother, rather than roaming around the premises. The officer attempts to direct Jasmine to proceed to the office, but she does not comply with the request. Instead, she discovers a door to the school and hastily enters. The police officer tries to prevent the minor from entering, but she resists and refuses to cooperate.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
Stop.
Get the f off of me! Ow, he's literally banging my head off!
Stop.
Get the f off of me!
Stop resisting! Alright, put your hands behind your back.
I'm gonna stand the f up. What the f are you gonna do?
No, I said no.
I don't give a f you handcuff me. No one's taking it that f serious, nigga. Throw this f up.
The officer had to restrain her and repeatedly instruct her to place her hands behind her back. However, she refused to cooperate and continued to curse the officer verbally. Later, we even see her kicking the officer, refusing to comply with his requests. This is where she committed the felony, which could result in charges of assault or battery on law enforcement officers, adding more than just a suspension to her record. Ultimately, she left the officer with no choice but to detain her and arrest her right there, placing her in handcuffs.
Y'all arrested me. Y'all so dumb.
You got your pair?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off you. You're going to put your hand on top of your head afterwards, okay? That way we can put different ones on. Here in a little bit to come pick her up. Like I said, that's if she doesn't point out. I cannot imagine with this being her first arrest that she would point out.
Okay.
So no promises because I don't have the sheet in front of me, but I could not imagine her going to JDC, so they'll most likely be calling you to pick her up today.
After the arrest, the officer takes her to an office where she is detained until her mother arrives at the scene. Other officers arrived at the school to transport her to jail, where she was charged with battery to a law enforcement officer. The officers removed the handcuffs and asked her to empty her pockets of any belongings. Jasmine complies and hands them to her mother. This case may have seen some violence from the teenager, but it is nothing compared to the aggressive behavior this 13-year-old showed to the police officers. On March 10, 2022, the police received a complaint from the school about a fight between two teenagers in the cafeteria. One of the female students, named Layla, was showing signs of aggressiveness and behaving rudely to everyone around. Two police officers were called to the scene and attempted to break up the fight upon their arrival. Layla had allegedly thrown a water bottle at another student. When the officers intervened, she continued to curse and be verbally abusive toward them. Despite their attempts to calm her down, she refused to cooperate. Instead, she picked up applesauce and flung it directly at one of the officers.
Nancy, what's that?
No, we're not going back over there.
Go!
There's no one in here. Let's go in here.
Move!
This way, Layla.
Listen, it's not a game. Come on.
Move!
Layla, it's not a game.
We're not fighting.
Move! Oh!
Not a game. Stop. Stop. Go in the room and chill out.
There's no one
That's
over
all it has
here.
to be
He's
right
not
now.
over here.
Okay?
It's gotta end.
Can you do that?
Move!
Can you go in that room and
Okay,
chill?
move!
Go ahead.
The officers had no choice but to escort Layla to a different room and attempt to restrain her. As they were escorting her, Layla attempted to escape but was restrained by one of the officers. She was asked to cooperate and calmly go to the room, to which she agreed, and the officer released her.
Go. Chill out.
Nah, bro, he bring his swing on his dog.
But that's what we're trying to prevent. We're trying to prevent that. He's not in here, so cool off.
They are all accounted for. Copy, thanks.
Not in the situation. Okay?
Nah, bro,
No, come on.
However, as soon as Layla enters the room, she lets out her frustration by throwing a chair away. She keeps on cursing and shouting, moving towards the other side of the room. You would think she had let the anger out, but she proceeds to kick the back door and even throws something at the wall out of sheer frustration. Both officers attempt to reason with her, employing de-escalation techniques and issuing repeated warnings about the potential legal consequences of her actions, including the possibility of facing charges and arrest. However, Layla's defiant demeanor speaks for itself. She has a lack of regard for the law and a reluctance to cooperate with authority figures.
Guess what?
I didn't mean to throw that at you.
Turn around. Get on the door. We're not playing this. Now you're going to jail. If you want to continue playing like this, now you're going to jail for battery on law enforcement. That's how you want to do this?
Despite their efforts to assist the minor and prevent her from facing arrest, Layla's repeated poor decisions leave the officers with no choice but to resort to using handcuffs. They escort her outside to the police car, where she is taken directly to jail.
Sometimes days are better than others. I think sometimes people make bad decisions. Doesn't make them bad people. Right, Layla? Bad decision, not necessarily a bad person.
Layla, I don't know if you'll be in JDC or not. If you're not to come to school tomorrow. You're suspended. Okay? If you're in JDC, you'll go to school in JDC.
I already know.
But if not, you don't come to school tomorrow.
When they reach the car, the officer politely explains the entire procedure to Layla, detailing how she might end up in the juvenile detention center. If she is sent to the JDC, she will continue her schooling there. However, if she does not end up in the JDC, she cannot immediately return to school because she has been suspended. The officer also takes the time to calm her down, reassuring her that making bad decisions does not make her a bad person, which demonstrates compassion on the officer's part.
Didn't put these at all.
Didn't put handcuffs on?
No, they did. When I went to 21, they did, but like they were so loose that I could easily zip them up, put them on my feet, put them on my wrist. Like I could do everything. Your car
has.
The man didn't even freaking lock them. He didn't lock the cuffs.
Yeah.
Last time the man didn't
That's
even lock them.
very SRO of you, sir. He didn't even lock them?
Nope.
That's terrible. Layla, you know why you're going to jail, right?
Yep.
But Layla was likely already familiar with the entire process. In the footage, she confirms that she was handcuffed last time as well. However, this time, she faces a more serious charge of battery against a law enforcement officer. Hopefully, she can get the help she needs. Check out this body cam footage from a school where the boy first admitted to the crime and then thought the denial would make everything magically disappear. On May 18, 2018, the police officers received a call from Franklin High School about a boy with a loaded firearm in his backpack. An 18-year-old teenager was noticed smelling of marijuana by school staff. Upon questioning, he initially hesitated to admit to bringing anything illegal onto the school premises. However, his guilty expressions aroused suspicion, prompting the staff to request his backpack be brought to the office. Before the school security could inspect the bag, the teenager confessed to having brought a loaded gun into the school. The staff noticed a bulge in the backpack, indicating the presence of a weapon. The school instantly contacted the police to evaluate the situation.
I haven't checked the rest of the backpack, but first pocket I checked, I could feel it.
Okay.
It's right there.
All right. What did he say? I mean, what?
He had left.
Officers arrive at the scene and discuss the situation with the staff. While the bag has not yet been opened or searched, there is concern among the officers about the possibility of marijuana being present, along with the loaded firearm.
I feel like getting into something else in here that...
Yeah.
heavy body spray going on.
It would cover up the weed, assuming. Belt. Actually, if there's nothing else in here, we could give this to Grandma. Might be easier. The burrito looks really good, actually. I'm starving. Just make sure you check it really. Check this back one.
Check this. Check that top.
Okay. That's it.
Nothing in there? Shoe? Nothing in the shoes or anything?
Nope. So we went through this. There's nothing else in there, so we figure you guys either can keep it or we give it to Grandma to take it home. Then we don't have to deal with it. The gun is stolen.
Okay, that's right.
So he's going to jail. So we'll go talk to him and find out.
So the police took the matter into their hands and decided to give the bag a thorough search. They do not find much inside the bag. They then handed it back to the school staff to be eventually given back to the teenager's family.
And they came down and they searched me. Then there was a gun in my backpack, and I did not know nothing about it. I was lost and confused about everything. And then they called you guys down here.
Okay. You didn't know there was a gun in your backpack?
No, sir.
Is it your backpack?
Yes, sir.
How would a gun get in there?
I was at my cousin's. I spent the night there. He went out, came back. When I woke up to school, grabbed it, left, came here.
What's your cousin's name?
Ronald.
What's Ronald's last name?
Molle.
Do you know how to spell it?
M-O-L-L-E-R.
M-O-L-L-E-R-E?
Yes.
Do you know his middle name?
No.
How old is he?
25.
He's 25. Where does he live?
He lives in Des Moines.
In Des Moines. You spent the night there last night?
Yes, sir.
Who else was with you?
Just me and him.
Just you and him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once the search was done, the police officers had to interrogate the teenager to confirm the accused of his crime. However, when they get inside the room and ask the 18-year-old about the whole scenario, he has a different story to tell to the officers. He claims that he does not know where the gun came from. He had woken up in the morning at his cousin's house and then taken the backpack with him to school. He did not bother to get the bag ready or see whether the obvious bulge in his bag was of a firearm.
Because he left it at the gym. And I picked it up. And I was supposed to give it to him.
Okay, why do you have somebody else's credit card?
That, I don't know. That I had a new wallet. Picked it up from my house. It's all been in there. Never used it.
You realize it's a crime just to possess somebody else's credit card? This isn't a new wallet, man. This wallet's pretty beat up and old.
The officers ignored his lies. They then asked him why he was carrying an ID and a credit card that did not belong to him. He retorted to the question with more lies, claiming that he picked up the battered wallet from his cousin's house and the credit card must have been inside of that. The ID was his friend Caleb's that he picked up from the gym, but what he could not answer was why he was carrying them.
I didn't check it this morning.
Okay, go ahead and stand up for me. Face the wall. Okay, you're under arrest, okay?
Firearm is stolen, so you're in possession of a stolen firearm. That is what you were under arrest for right now. It's a felony.
The officers raised suspicion from his expressions and did not believe one thing coming out from him, and carried on to arrest the teenager for the possession of a firearm. The shift from his first admittance to his refusal was probably because somebody asked him to lie to the officers, because while the call to the police from the school was going on, the 18-year-old requested to call someone from the office. The staff overheard him explaining the whole situation to someone and how he could end up in jail. Well, the lies did not help him keep out of jail either, and that is all on school criminals and how difficult they acted when they were arrested. A bunch of bad decisions and it led them straight to jail. What do you think about these school kids putting themselves in such situations? Let us know in the comments below. And while you are commenting, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button.